everyone. So I'm here today with Melanie Morris, who is head of bookkeeping for Xero New Zealand. She was one of the founding partners over 10 years ago, and she's going to be with us today answering a couple of questions to help you guys share some of her insights on bookkeeping and Xero, and what are some of the most powerful ways that Xero can help you, and all that good stuff. So I guess what are some common rookie mistakes that you see a lot of entrepreneurs making with regard to bookkeeping or accounting, any of that?
Yeah, I guess what we see a lot of is that people are so busy doing what they do, being the best candlestick maker, and doing a really good job at that, working all the hours of the day to do that, and then finally getting to the numbers later on. So after dinner, perhaps they might sit down and do the books, or they forget to invoice people. Cash is king in small business. And you could be the best person in the world at doing what you do with a service or goods that you sell, but if you're actually not invoicing and getting the cash flow through, then it's going to be a very painful time in the long run. Yeah. So part of what we can do with something like Xero is that it's online, it's real time. So if you were out and about and you were providing your goods and services, you could use your smartphone to actually raise the invoice on the spot.
Oh.
That's pretty cool,
Amazing.
isn't it? Yeah. And you can also, hook up with banks, and you can have little clip-ons to the cell phone as well. So then you can actually take payment from your customer on the spot. Cash is king. Yeah. So things like that, I guess the first rookie mistake that we probably could point out, in the nicest possible way, of course, is that, perhaps we're not invoicing, we're not backing ourselves. So we'll do all the work and we haven't quoted for it. We have an invoice for it, and then at the end of the day, there isn't any money in the bank. So that will be something that
it's helpful when you can do that really quickly on your phone, standing in line at the grocery store, or you don't have to be sitting down late at night after the kids have gone to bed. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, sitting outside waiting for one of the kids to finish their drumming lesson. You could be doing your bank reconciliations on your phone.
They'll never know.
It's all good, isn't it? So that's the real value of having cloud accounting software like Xero, and it's right there, it's real time. You can work on multiple devices and be making really good use of your time, but also ensuring that your cash flow is coming through. And the other thing that we see a lot of is, generally speaking, of course, a heap of small businesses out there that just smashing it, But sometimes we see that people don't know their bottom line. So they're working really hard and that they're really delivering an awesome service. Yeah. But they don't know how to run a profit and loss at the end of the month. They don't know how to do a bank reconciliation properly. They don't know how to read a balance sheet. And that's understandable because perhaps they're not trained in accounting or bookkeeping, and that wasn't something they signed up to do. They signed up to do something else, which is why they're a small business. So Xero can help them with that as far as having that transparency. It's quite intuitive. If they have a bookkeeper or an accountant around them that can interpret those results and that data and help them plan, that'll be awesome.
I think that planning piece is huge. And one thing I said before we started filming was one thing I love is being able to pull your, and I'm a bit of a nerd, but like being able to pull your P&L statements, your profit and loss, or your balance sheet at any given time on demand, and you don't need to call your accountant necessarily to do it, but I think that planning piece is really important for where the accountant comes in. And I guess another good question would be, so what is the difference between an accountant and a bookkeeper and their different roles and where they fit in with a small business owner?
Yeah. So it's a lovely collaborative team. Collaboration is a cool word that we use. They have a client right in the middle here, small business owner, they're right here, they're in the centre of our world. And then you have a bookkeeper who generally undertakes the day-to-day tasks. So they would look after the daily bank reconciliations, the invoicing, maybe chasing the money, that type of thing, preparing the GST, preparing the basic reports and the management reports once a month. They also know when to call in or defer to the accountant, who generally looks after more strategic planning, looks after the tax advice, looks after the end of year submission to inland revenue. But what we're finding more and more of is that it's a really cool collaborative sort of thing that's going on with this hub, that we're actually looking after the client with all of the experts involved using the software. It's really good.
Yeah, and I think the software obviously just makes that more and more efficient.
So you no longer have to wait till the end of the year. So in olden days, you would have to potentially wait to meet up with your accountant at the end of the year. It could be a couple of years later, and then you find out
That's not very helpful if you're out of cash.
how poorly you've done, some time ago. So this is real. This is as it happens, on a daily basis. It's just so powerful.
Yeah. At what stage do you need a bookkeeper? Like I'm a small business owner. I started maybe a year ago, or maybe even 3 months ago. How do I know if I need a bookkeeper, or maybe I don't?
Or maybe you started last night and you're on it,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. A bookkeeper is going to be valuable to you once you're underway.
Yeah.
That said, a bookkeeper can also add incredible value in setting you up.
Yeah.
You've got a great idea, you started working or you're about to start trading, you could actually hook into a bookkeeper and engage their services, and they can set you up on Xero.
Yeah.
So make sure the setup is correct, make sure the bank feeds are done correctly, and that you're in good stead for the business. So there isn't really a time that you don't need a bookkeeper.
Yeah, fair enough.
You could be a bookkeeper yourself, and then you would understand. So, I think at any time it's a good time to have someone that's doing your books, someone that's keeping that clarity for you, and sort of taking the emotional decisions out of the day-to-day, so they're actually sitting there with the practical numbers in front of them.
I think it comes back to about highest and best use. Like, what is the best use of your time as the business owner and entrepreneur? Learning the admin of setting that up probably takes you way more time than someone who's done it loads of times before, and that's probably not where your best hours are spent, even though it might be maybe more cost effective. By the time you learn and get through it, I mean, you wasted far more time than it would have cost you otherwise.
How many times do we hear Sunday night before GST's due, people trying to do 2 months worth of data?
Or 6 months.
6 months worth of data.
Yeah.
So I just think, if you can engage in a professional that does this work, outsourcing is really cost effective.
Yeah.
When it gets down to this, they can do it in say 2 hours, it might take you 10 hours because you procrastinate for 8 hours to do it in that position. So I think it's really valuable. Also, just to check in and verify what you're doing.
Yeah, and to know, I mean, you have to think. I think a lot of small business owners don't do this, but you have to value your time at some value higher than zero, And so if maybe your time is worth $40 an hour, $60 an hour, $100 an hour, how much time is it taking you versus someone who's doing it faster? So I think that's an important piece. Powerful things that Xero can do that we might not know about, like 1 or 2 kind of tricks or tools or things that aren't maybe apparent to everybody.
Yeah. So it's become that we don't know again, and you can get overwhelmed with all of the tips and tricks that come through and emails and things like that. There's some really good resources on the website that should take you through small business case studies and also sort of Xero education as well, which are useful to watch. I think probably the best thing is just being totally mobile and in real time. Having your phone there and being able to invoice, be able to upload expense claims, take photographs of your receipts straight away and upload them directly into the software. There's a huge thing there called Xero files, which means you can have all your documentation and your source documents, such as invoices, attached to the transaction. Really good. Yeah. Really good. It means that it's there for audit purposes. It's there, and you don't need to set it and forget it. Basically.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we see a lot, we utilise a lot, is setting and forgetting on sales invoices. You can put repeating invoices in there, which is really cool.
So they're sent out automatically each month.
Yeah. So easy.
Then you don't have to worry.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
We can set up bank rules, which means that we can utilise certain things. That if the money comes out and goes to a certain person or comes in, we can set up bank rules with consistent coding in there.
Yeah.
Lots of smart features that we have.
I like that. I know on mine, for instance, like it always picks up Gull as gas because that's a motor vehicle expense for me and that kind of thing. So if you're always making similar transactions at the same place, it knows if you have certain suppliers or customers.
And you can go deeper with that as well. So if you had a situation where you had a percentage split, and maybe 80% is business and 20% is home, that type of thing, perfect utility bill, you can actually set up a rule to just do that split for you. There's lots of things that we can do, and smart lists. So there's things in the contact area in Xero that allows you to create smart lists and filter people as to their location, when they last purchased from you, export it into Excel, and then you've got a list all ready for MailChimp if you need to mark it. So that's really, really powerful.
Didn't know that one.
And the reports. So recently there's been some huge improvements with the reporting, and we can drag and drop and put formulas in there and do all sorts of things.
And now you can submit GST directly to the IRD right through Xero, right? That must be a recent change.
Huge.
Yeah. Way easier. I think maybe the last thing I'll go through is just like, do you have any horror stories or any, maybe we won't call them horror stories, but do you have any case studies of bookkeeping gone wrong where someone's trying to do it themselves and or just accounting in general, trying to do everything themselves and not use the power of bookkeepers or accountants or that kind of thing, and end up costing them way more time and energy and money. Do you have anything that comes to mind?
Yes, there are stories, and I think the good news with those stories is that once people realise that they might not have actually followed the best practice procedure, and there might be a little bit of rescue, messy things to tidy up, if they do then engage, a bookkeeper or an accountant, they have the expertise and experience to be able to fix it.
Yeah.
So at an advisor level in Xero, there's some very nice, succinct features that allow us to find and recode and clean things up in a very quick manner. So yes, it happens. Yes, we see it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, it's learning as well.
Yeah.
But, my advice would be, the sooner you think you might have a wee problem, reach out. Xero's got an advisory directory that was launched just before Christmas, and it's got badges there of who knows what and how, where they are, and have a look at that and just have that discussion.
Yeah, that's great. So what do you, I guess with all this technology and companies like Xero and so much changing around that, what do you think is the future of bookkeeping in New Zealand and then globally, and where do you see that kind of shaping out?
That's a big question, isn't it?
A little bit massive, but
Okay,
yeah. I mean,
let's just break that down a bit. So what we're seeing is automation that's coming in. We're seeing AI, artificial intelligence. It's just so exciting, and it's such a wonderful place for a bookkeeper and accountant to be, because it's actually opening up to be able to provide value-add services outside of data entry. Yeah. So in the olden days, you would sit there when you do your data entry, and that would be your day, and charge for that, and that's that. So as we see the automation come in, that data entry will become less and less, which opens up the opportunity to spend that valuable time with the client, looking at the future, doing some planning, looking at the numbers on a sort of a higher level, or indeed helping more small businesses because they've gained back some of that time.
Yeah.
So it's a really exciting space to be in at the moment, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think that efficiency just drives positive changes for everybody, right? Across the board, whether it's small business or accountants or bookkeepers. It's just, really, there's so much more you can do when you're not wasting time being efficient. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anytime. Thank you so much for coming to sit with us. It's been honestly so good, so amazing having you. So glad you found it. Thanks. And
I know where to come next time.
Yeah.